Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Pi Day to those who celebrate here on March 14th as we look at some Brophy Lacrosse action on APN Video. The Brophy Broncos hosting Memorial, Texas from Houston here at Arcadia High School. Thank you for joining us for some out-of-state lacrosse action as Brophy gets back into play. Following a win on Tuesday night against Boulder Creek, 16-5. Brophy defeated Boulder Creek. Tonight, a different matchup. A big athletic team from Texas, coached by PLL player Tim Troutner. Memorial Mustangs visit Arizona for a 3-game trip to take on the Brophy Broncos. As we get into tonight's action, let's hear from Brophy head coach Pat Harbison on his.
I'm with Pat Harbison, the head coach of the Brophy Broncos, taking on this Texas team today. I know you don't know a whole lot about them, but tell us a little about your team this year.
Yeah, I mean, I guess first to start with the team we're playing, Memorial. I know their head coach really well, Timmy Troutner. He's from Annapolis, Maryland, where I grew up. He's a couple years younger, but I can tell that they're going to be extremely well coached. Their other coach is Liam Enthelman, who played at Notre Dame, won 2 national championships, and plays professionally as well. So they're going to be extremely well coached. And then, just about us. Like, this game is all about us. It's, can we do the little things right? And right now, we're struggling to find our identity. We know who we want to be, but in terms of execution, we're just not there yet. We're playing a really rigorous schedule. We have 20-some games, and we're playing some of the best teams on the West Coast. My hopes with that, obviously we want to win, but my hopes is that we're getting better each time. And right now, again, we're struggling to find our identity. But I know that our challenging schedule and our pillars and what we believe in will help us prevail. But we're going through a little growing funk right now. We lost, 5, 6 kids that went off to play college athletics last year out of our 2024 class, and our 25 class only has 5 seniors, so that's very different. We're probably a junior freshman heavy team. I love our 28 class. We still have even talented guys that are not on varsity that are in the program. And I think the hopes is that again, the course of the season, that we are ready to play at a high level throughout the season, and hopefully we have an opportunity to play at the end of the season, but we have to earn that. I don't know if we've earned it yet, but we still have a half of a season to go, and able to put together a nice resume, and hopefully we can accomplish what we want to this year.
I'm with Pat Harbison.
So tonight's game, we'll see how the Broncos execute against Coach Harbison's vision of challenging schedule, and taking that into account, Brophy does have to shore up some items in terms of taking care of the ball. Some unforced turnovers in our last broadcast against Notre Dame Prep led to a closer margin than what was originally thought. 10-5 victory for Brophy against Notre Dame Prep in that one. Brophy is in the white uniforms with red numerals, and tonight Memorial from Texas is in the red jerseys, red shorts, and red helmets, so there should be no confusion over which team is which here. Memorial in all red, Brophy in the white, white, white. And opening faceoff goes to the Broncos. Jack Rossoni, number 10, wins it. This is Ben Geist with the ground ball. And we are underway here at Arcadia High School. Brophy moving from left to right and starting out. This is Ben Geist, number 35, for the Broncos, initiating the offensive set. You have Zach Lacoste, Josh Busey, Maddox Ranley, Matthew Lightman, and Eli Friedman rounding out the 6 offensive players for the Broncos. Ben Geist gets a dodge all the way through, and bounce shot scores. Brophy takes a 1-0 lead 45 seconds into the game. Ben Geist has had success this year multiple times in taking that downhill dodge. He does so once again. For Ben, that's his 14th goal of the season. Brophy takes an early 1-0 lead, only 45 seconds into the game. Taking off the faceoff for Memorial, number 4, Luke Fuqua, a talented faceoff man from Houston. Once again, won by Grassoni. But a quick turnover by the Broncos, who get the ball back. Carter Fitzgerald, number 7, with the ball. He's running more at midfield the last few games. Started the season as lefty attack, moved him into the midfield unit. And now Brophy will get into a set 6-on-6 offense. No shot clock. I know for our viewers from Texas, they are used to playing a shot clock in Texas high school ball, but we are not playing with one here today. Brophy has played a team from Texas already. Dallas Jesuit played out in Los Angeles. Brophy lost 13-8 to Dallas Jesuit, and still on the docket for the Broncos is Episcopal School of Dallas. Shot wide by Eli Friedman, and Memorial gets the run out. Good hustle there by Scout Sinkowitz, defender for the Mustangs. What that means is he was closer to the ball as it went out of bounds when it went out of bounds, and whoever is closer, that team will get possession. This is goalie Colt Hurley. Saved by Peitzmeyer, and now Brophy in the transition. Will take control here in the offensive end. Broncos with an early 1-0 lead. Ben Geist on an alley dodge bounce shot for the score. Brophy's last outing was a 16-5 win over Boulder Creek at Brophy Sports Complex on Tuesday evening. Eli Friedman with the top dodge for Brophy. Nice pass to number 5, Tate Lacoste for the goal. On a nice cut from behind, giving Brophy a 2-0 lead 3 minutes into the game. Mark that. Tate Lacoste, one of 2 twins for the Broncos. Number 3, his twin brother, Zach Lacoste. They are freshmen. For Zach, it's his 3rd goal of the season. Excuse me, Tate, that is his 7th goal of the season, and Brophy wins the 3rd faceoff of the game. 3 for 3 faceoffs for the Broncos, all by Jack Grassoni. Brophy in a substitution situation here. Josh Busey with the shot and goal. Assist from Jack Grassoni, who stayed on after winning that faceoff. Brophy takes an early 3-0 lead and has had possession for most of the game, aided by 3 faceoff wins. Broncos have been in possession and taken advantage. This is another face-off win for Brophy, this one by number 24, Corbin Ruschenberg. But the result is the same, and that's Broncos possession. Memorial comes into the game 3-3 on the season. Their last 2 games have been losses, but 2 of the top teams in not only Dallas, but the entire state of Texas. They lost 20-7 to Episcopal School of Dallas, which is the Texas state champ last year, and most recently to Highland Park, 13-4. Highland Park, coached by former Duke head coach Mike Pressler, and is also one of the top teams in Texas. Nice ball movement by the Broncos and a great save by Colt Hurley on the doorstep. Brophy in the crease, and here come the Mustangs. Memorial still with the ball, and now in the box. But a little bit of a forced pass there that is gotten by number 22. A little bit of a unsettled play there, and Jackson Davis is the beneficiary. Picked up the loose ball and cages it past Ryan Peitzmeyer for the goal. 3-1 Memorial gets on the board. 7:09 mark here in the first quarter. Again, Memorial clearing the ball upfield. Brophy high pressure situation. Put the ball on the ground, but a ground ball win by Memorial comes up and leads to a goal. First face-off win for Memorial. And the turnover comes up Brophy. Jack Rossoni with the ground ball. Eventually picked up by Baldiga. And Brophy is off in a 4-on-3 situation. Baldiga with the shot. Saved by Hurley. Probably a situation where Coach Harbison would have liked to settle the ball there after a frenzy, get the offense going. Brophy on the attack, unsettled situation. Friedman with the goal. All year long, Brophy has had success in transition offense. Once again, scoring in a unsettled situation. Broncos did a nice job on the defensive end to set that up. As Memorial was trying to enter the box, defense stripped the ball, which led to that advantage situation for the Broncos, and Eli Friedman is the beneficiary, his first of the night on the season, goal number 40 for Eli. A team high 40 goals. And here come Memorial. The 2 face-off wins in a row for the Mustangs. Really their first opportunity here in a settled offensive situation. First time we get to see the Mustangs and what they have on the offensive end. This is Ashton Hall on attack, number 77. Gets a step. Shot is wide, and the Mustangs will retain possession. Joshua Walker will restart the offense for the Mustangs. Trailing 4-1 with 5 minutes to go here in the opening quarter. Nice strip by Dane Helt on defense. And here comes Maddox Ranley. Going against 3 defenders, and that percentage was not in Brophy's favor as the Mustangs come up with the ball here. Cooper Berg right now with the ball. Lefty midfielder. Gets a step and a goal. Help defense a little slow there for Brophy, as Berg took the high dodge. What they call an S dodge there. Beat his defender and then crossed back into the middle to increase his angle. Put the ball in the cage, and it's 4-2 Brophy. Last few offensive possessions for the Broncos weren't like the first few, where they were moving the ball in settled situation. I think they need to get back to that here, and Grissoni another face-off win. interference call there on the Broncos, and so that will negate an advantage and give Memorial back the ball. Marshall Moan with the ball here, a commit to Southwestern, a Division III school in Texas already. Congratulations to him. Brophy pressing out nearly to midfield. Ashton Hall on the dodge. Saved by Peitzmeyer. And Brophy with possession now. Peitzmeyer in possession. Brophy in transition here. Lightman to Busey on the doorstep. And here comes Memorial now with the ball. 3 minutes remaining in the opening quarter. Nice check there by Harrison Yu. Using a long pole. You'll see Harrison with a short pole and a long pole here. Save Peitzmeyer, his third of the quarter. And off to the races to Harrison Yu. We've seen this a lot. Not much with the long pole. Over to Lacrosse. Wide open. And Brophy will take a timeout here with 2.5 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Coach Harbison saw the team was in a little bit of disarray there and wanted to say, hey guys, let's settle this down. Let's find the shot that we really want instead of one we're forcing. And set it up and get a good shot. So Memorial, we talked about them, a 3-3 record, started the season with a 13-8 win over Pearland. Fell 8-7 to Austin, then defeated Westwood and Houston Christian before those two games against the Dallas schools to even their record at 3-3. Head coach is Timmy Troutner. Tim was a All-American goalie at High Point before being drafted in the PLL. In the PLL's first year by the Redwoods, he was a All-Star and PLL Rookie of the Year in 2019, and that's really where this game emanated from, to be quite honest with you. Coach Harbison was a player on the Redwoods at the same time as Troutner. They formed a nice friendship on that team. And Troutner is in his first year at Memorial, and that has led to this trip, school's first ever trip to Arizona. After tonight's game against Brophy, the Mustangs will play Chandler tomorrow and then Desert Vista on Sunday in a back-to-back-to-back trip, maximizing their time here in Arizona with 3 games. But Troutner and Harbison both from Annapolis. Pat went to DeMatha Catholic High School and Troutner to St. Mary's in Annapolis. Pat is about 5 or 6 years older than Tim and thinks he coached him back in the day. Can't remember exactly, but remembers him always being around the lacrosse scene there and kind of talking smack to the older guys. You'll see that swagger on the field from the Mustangs. We've seen it here tonight. They're a big athletic group. We'll see how Brophy matches up with that and takes that physicality back. Coming out of the timeout, here's Brophy. Eli Friedman with a nice S-dodge, but the shot knocked down in front. Brophy retains possession. Geist collects that errant pass. And here Tate Armstrong will initiate the lefty sweep. And Friedman loses the ball in traffic. And they will say that this ball stays with Brophy. Coach Harbison asking for a little more ball movement and player movement here. 90 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Brophy has a 4-2 lead over our guests from Houston. Ben Geist, who scored the game's first goal. Backside movement. Shot and a save. Nice save by Hurley. Brophy finding their shots. This is Ben Geist once again, taking advantage of a short pole matchup. Nice slide by the Mustangs. Double slide. Brophy has some men open. They have to find them. Early slides all night long by Memorial here tonight. Probably something Brophy will see a lot of the remainder of the season. 30 seconds here in the first quarter. This is Josh Busey. $20 seconds left on the clock. Busey roll back lefty. Stopped by Hurley. Brophy will reset with 10 seconds remaining in the first quarter. A 4-2 lead for the Broncos. Short time here. Carter Fitzgerald with the ball. Lefty shot wide. 3 seconds remaining. Brophy will have a quick hit here if they want to add to that 4-2 lead before we head to the second quarter. And that's where we'll end it here. Brophy 4, Memorial 2 at the end of 1. We play 4 12-minute quarters here. Three saves for Ryan Peitzmeyer in the first quarter there. Also 3 turnovers, unforced turnovers for the Broncos there. Brophy won 5 of 7 faceoffs in the first quarter. One thing Coach Harbison wanted the team to do was to play with urgency. Make quick decisions without playing frantically and making mistakes. We've seen some of both here in the first quarter tonight in terms of how they've dealt with that from a satisfactory level. Faceoffs and clears were also important for Coach, and like I said, 5 of 7 faceoff wins for Brophy has led to those multiple possessions, especially early as Brophy was scoring. Building that 3-0 lead, backed by the faceoffs, helped the team build that advantage at the outset. Memorial has battled back from that 3-0 deficit with 2 of the last 3 goals. A goal off a loose ball situation by Jackson Davis got them on the board. And then Cooper Berg with a nice dodge and score for the Mustangs. Talked about Tim Troutner and Pat Harbison and their relationship earlier on, but the assistant coach for Memorial is Liam Entenman. So if you look at the coaching staff for the Mustangs, if you're a goalie in the Houston area, you probably want to go to Memorial High School, as you have 2 of the greatest goaltenders in the world on the coaching staff, between Troutner and his prowess and Liam Entenman, who won the last 2 national championships for Notre Dame as the goalie, 2-time All-American, goalie of the year, Final Four most outstanding player, and widely recognized as maybe one of the best goaltenders in college lacrosse history, both on the staff here for Memorial. As we start the second quarter, the Mustangs pick up the ground ball and the faceoff. Seeing if the Mustangs can cut into that 4-2 Brophy lead. Nice pressure by Dane Helt. Already caused 1 turnover tonight. Make that number 2 for Dane. And the clear gets all the way through to Friedman. Getting a little physical there. A flag. That'll be a push from behind on Brophy. A good call there. A couple of pushes in that sequence. And Brophy got flagged for that one. At the 11:19 mark. So Memorial, the first man-up opportunity of the evening for either team. And we'll see if the Mustangs can take advantage. Cut that 4-2 lead in half. Good spinning motion by Memorial with their ball movement. They called that a minute penalty. Shot by Moan, saved by Peitzmeyer on the doorstep. And the long outlet pass to Harrison Yu is still loose, but to no avail. And then Memorial turns it back over. We are even strength as Brophy killed off the penalty there. Clearing not as crisp for the Broncos tonight as it has been. When we did the Notre Dame prep game, Brophy was 16 for 16 on clears. Tonight in the early going, 3 of 5. First offensive set of the second quarter for Brophy. Lightman with the take, save by Hurley. Hurley with some big saves already for Memorial. He's an athletic goalie who will likely be getting some D1 looks here in the future. And here come the Broncos. Busey to Friedman, shot wide. No backup there, and it will go to Memorial. A lot of frenetic play here from both sides. One thing with it playing with the shot clock in Houston, Memorial's not used to the touch-in rule, the advancement. So what that means is they have 20 seconds to get the ball over the midfield line, and then 10 seconds to get the ball into the offensive box. So with the football lines, 20 seconds to, once you get possession, to move past the 50, and then another 10 seconds to get to the 30. Ball on the ground there, and Brophy will get possession. And now the Broncos in a substitution pattern right now. No score here in the second quarter as we are 4.5 minutes in. 4-2 is the game score, all happening in the first quarter. Carter Fitzgerald. Lightman shot saved by Hurley. And picked up by you coming out of the box, a fail clear for Memorial. Last goal for Brophy was 6:11 of the first quarter, so it's been a full quarter now without a goal for the Broncos. Uncharacteristic. Ben Geist, who scored the game's first goal, swinging the ball around. Eli Friedman with the curl and the goal at the 6:16 mark. Brophy takes a 5-2 lead. Like I said, it had been a full quarter drought for the Broncos. Before posting that score right there. After winning the first 4 faceoffs of the game, Brophy has lost 3 of the last 4. But here the Broncos will get possession coming off that faceoff. Grissoni with the shot and a goal. Faceoff man pretended like he was going off the field but stayed on. Got the advantage. They found him on the run. And 7 seconds between Brophy goals gives the Broncos a 6-2 lead. Nice heads-up play by Jack Grissoni. For Grissoni, that's his 4th goal this season. Always injects some life into the team when a face-off man scores. And there he comes, and he won the clamp, but threw the ball out of bounds, and so it will go to Memorial. Jackson Maddox with the shot wide. It will remain in possession of the Mustangs. Nice save by Peitzmeyer right on the doorstep. Walker came around from the crease area. Had a nice shot, but saved by Peitzmeyer, his 5th of the evening. Brophy a little sloppy on the clear. And Dane Helt just throws the ball in the 10-man ride, which will result in a, see if they call that a shot or not. They did, and it will be Brophy ball. Technically, that's a successful clear, even though it was in the unorthodox fashion. They are now calling that the other way. They are not calling that a shot. They're calling that a pass, so it will result in Memorial ball. But Memorial returned the favor, and here come the Broncos. Now it's a little more settled for Brophy. 6-2 lead with 4.5 minutes to play here in the first half. Dusk is turning into night here at Arcadia High School. The lights kicking in. Busey comes from X and now has the matchup he wants on a short stick. And we'll see how this rolls for the Brophy offense from here. Busey gets a step. Shot wide. Might have been tipped by Hurley. We'll give him a little bit of the benefit of the doubt and give our goalie friends some credit here. Swings it back around, reverses the ball for Brophy. Maddox Ranley over to Lightman. Shot, goal. Matthew Lightman from Maddox Ranley, a nice skip pass, leads to an alley dodge, and Brophy takes a 7-2 lead with 3.5 to play in the second quarter. For Lightman, his 13th goal of the season. First tonight, Ranley assist number 8 on the season. Nice combination for the Broncos. Face-off here won by the Broncos. Oh, almost. First-time ground balls are important. That one did not come up their way. And Memorial, we'll see about their clear from here. It has not been smooth for the Mustangs. That was a point that Coach Troutner said at the outset. Need to make sure that they are clearing and limiting mistakes in the clearing game. Here Memorial takes advantage of it. Ball is loose, but we had a flag down at midfield, so Brophy will go man down, and Memorial will have a 1-minute advantage on the offensive side. What that means is similar to hockey. Memorial will have 6 offensive players, and Brophy will have 5. Second time that the Mustangs will have a man-up situation. Last time was unsuccessful. Another 60-second man-up advantage for the Mustangs here. Shot safe, Peitzmeyer, number 6 for Ryan. Gets it to Harrison Yu, this time with a short pole, and this is Harrison's strength. His punt return clears, getting Brophy into transition has been successful all year long. The 10-man ride by Memorial. Harrison took a shot, which was blocked down, and now Memorial will come back. In a situation like that, when you're killing a penalty, you probably want to take the ball down and nurse that clock as opposed to taking that shot. Memorial calls timeout with possession. 2:12 remaining. So 20 seconds left in the man-up situation for the Mustangs. Again, a nice save by Peitzmeyer. Beautiful outlet pass to Yu. He saw the 10-man ride, which Memorial has done a lot of tonight. What that means is the goalie comes out of the cage and defends one of the Brophy players, and it gives an advantage to Memorial in terms of pressuring the ball. And it has given Brophy a little bit of fits. Clearing game not sharp for the Broncos tonight, 5 out of 9. It's been uncharacteristic this season. Coach wants them about 90%. Right now they're a little bit above 50%, but again, in the Notre Dame prep game that we broadcast last, Brophy was 16 for 16 on the clears. Memorial, we talked about a scoring drought that Brophy had for a full quarter. Memorial in the same situation right now. 2:12 remaining in the first half. And the Mustangs' last goal was the 4:47 mark of quarter number 1. So we're now talking about 14 minutes without a goal for the Mustangs. 20 seconds remaining in the man-up situation for Memorial. The other keys to the game from Coach Troutner, in addition to limiting mistakes in the clearing, was staying out of the penalty box. And they have done that tonight. No penalties, no flags on the Mustangs. 2 on Brophy, none on the Mustangs. So that's something that he really wanted to take advantage of, in addition to capitalizing in man-up situations. So here we are in a man-up situation, 0 for 1 tonight. Coming out of a timeout, let's see what Coach Troutner and his team has in store. Penalty about to expire here. Shot by 53, Josh Walker. Ball ricocheted, I don't know if it was off a helmet or a pipe, but it's now the possession of Memorial. Even strength. Great dodge there by Ashton Hall. Got a step, but Brophy trail check by Baldiga. Strips it loose, and the Broncos on their way here with 1.5 minutes to go. And the clear was successful. Coach Harbison called timeout. Saw that there was 1:28 left on the clock. Maddox Ranley did a nice job avoiding the midfield crush of Mustangs there. But was a little off balance, and coach said, okay, guys, can't take this timeout with me to the second half, so let's set this up here. Make sure we get a good shot here at the end of the first half. End of quarter situations have troubled the Broncos a little bit recently. Out in Loyola, when Brophy played Dallas Jesuit, we talked about them playing a Texas team already. Brophy was holding a 6-4 lead, a 7-5 lead in the waning seconds of the opening half, but Dallas Jesuit chucked the ball downfield, found an open man, and scored a goal at the buzzer, which cut the lead to 7-6 at the half. So Coach Harbison wants to play through. One of the things he mentioned as a key for the Broncos tonight was to play with passion for all 48 minutes. Hasn't been the case at all times, and here's a situation where you can extend a 7-2 lead to 8-2, or you can give one back and it can turn a 7-2 game into 7-3 and give the opponent some juice heading into halftime and the second half. So let's see what the Broncos do here. Tate Armstrong cycling the start of the Brophy offense. Geist over to Fitzgerald. We'll see if Brophy's going to take a shot or wait for the last shot here as we near 60 seconds remaining in the first half. This is Geist. Carter Fitzgerald with the spin. Shot it wide will remain Brophy possession. 48 seconds left. Josh Busey has the defender hung up behind, which means he has some open room with the defender on the near side of the goal. Off-ball movement for the Broncos as we near 20 seconds remaining in the half. Busey comes from X, gets the matchup he wants, but loses the ball. Brophy did not get a shot after that timeout. They got one, it went wide. Colt Hurley sends it all the way down the field. Technically a save by Peitzmeyer, and he runs it right back. As the first half expires, Brophy 7, Memorial 2. That second quarter saw Brophy score 3 goals, holding Memorial to none, which has to make Coach Harbison happy after the Mustangs cut the lead to 4-2 in the first quarter when Brophy got a little bit sloppy, righted the ship here in the second quarter to take a 3-goal advantage heading into halftime. We'll take a quick break here and return to Arcadia High School for second half action. Thank you for joining us. High school. We're going to start the second half here with Brophy leading 7-2. Brophy scored 3 second quarter goals, not allowing one for the Mustangs. But Brophy in the first half had a 19-5 shot advantage and a 19-9 ground ball advantage, which has helped fuel this 5-goal lead for the Broncos. Face-off win for Memorial to start the third quarter. Again, Memorial has not scored since 4:47 mark in the first quarter. Getting on 17 minutes without a goal for the Mustangs. Jackson Maddox with the ball. Circling the perimeter. Oh, wide open. Nice feed. Ashton Hall with the finish. Ashton Hall on the doorstep as Brophy slid, found himself wide open in the seam. Maddox cradling around Brophy's defenders as multiple players slid toward him. Found him on the doorstep. Nothing Peitzmeyer could do. 7-3 Brophy, and Grissoni picks up the face-off win here for the Broncos as Brophy gets in its first offensive possession of the second half. Tate Armstrong, lefty down the alley. Brophy moved the ball, but a shot hit the side netting there. Flag on the field, multiple flags. We will wait as the officials gather. It appears that Brophy will retain possession based on the players on the field and their positioning. Two players in the box. It looks one for each team. So it looks like it'll be a 5-on-5 situation for 30 seconds. The officials are on the table on the far side, so we're looking unclear ourselves. .10:33 remaining in the third quarter. Memorial scored the only goal so far. Ashton Hall. Memorial failed clear there. Picked up by the Broncos. Josh Busey with the face dodge there. Shot off the crossbar. Possession will remain with Brophy. And we are now all even 6-on-6 after the, we'll call them offsetting penalties, where it's off for football season, but we can bring some football terminology in. Ben Geist, Eli Friedman, lefty bounce shot, his third of the night, gives Brophy an 8-3 advantage, 9:40 remaining in the third quarter. Good ball movement there for the Broncos, perhaps their best of the evening. Found an open Friedman. Had a face dodge. Got to the middle, increased his angle, and a lefty bounce shot. Got past Cole Hurley. Goal number 8 for Brophy. Number 3 for Friedman. And face-off won by the Broncos. Harrison Yu over to Grissoni. Face-off man looking for goal number 2 to no avail. Bounce shot saved by Hurley. And a successful clear for Memorial. But successful with an extra man on the field, so it will register as a failed clear ultimately. Here come the Broncos. Maddox Ranley up field and Josh Busey. Brophy leading 8-3, 8.5 to go here in the third quarter. Tate Armstrong with the ball for Brophy. Brophy has 8 goals scored by 6 different players. You have to like the balanced scoring in a situation like that. Brophy has a lot of weapons. Coach Pat Harbison talked about his depth as maybe the most depth we've had in years. As he talked about the seniors class all the way down to the freshmen. We heard from Coach Harbison in the early going, talking about the number of different classes. And here a goal. Second one of the night for Tate Lacrosse, assist by Braden Duck. A nice cut by Lacrosse to the cage. Right on the doorstep as the Memorial defense slid towards Duck coming from behind. He found a cutting Tate Lacrosse for his second of the night, and Brophy takes a 9-3 lead. Braden Duck, a beautiful assist there. Freshman, talented freshman. His first action of the night here. Takes advantage with a beautiful feed to Lacrosse. Brophy third face-off win in a row. Now 10 of 15 on the evening for the Broncos. Brophy substituting here, getting their personnel on the field. This is Busey. And Armstrong on the pick. Ben Geist. Almost a repeat of the first goal of the game for Geist as he took a right alley dodge, beat his short stick bounce shot to the far post. Gets past Hurley, and Brophy has a 10-3 advantage here. We talked about the second quarter, how Brophy scored 3 goals to none for Memorial. Once again, 3-goal third quarter for Brophy. So 6 of the last 7 goals by the Broncos, opening up a 4-2 lead into a 10-3 advantage. Face-off won by Memorial. But Brophy once again standing him up on defense, stripping the ball loose. Pressure defense there by the Broncos, but retained by Memorial. Now all the substitutions in play for the Mustangs as they set their offense trailing 10-3. This is Jackson Maddox once again. Nice assist on the last Memorial goal. This time got caught in traffic. Ashton Hall, who scored the last goal for Memorial. Gets a step on Baldiga, shot. Saved by Peitzmeyer and in the crease by Hall. I'd give Ryan the save there. I'm not sure if it will officially be credited as a turnover on the crease or a save, but a nice one nonetheless. Brophy with a turnover on the clear. Oh, they got it across. They picked up the loose ball. Called it a little early. Tate Armstrong, 6'6" junior, lefty. This is Braden Duck, who had that nice assist on goal number 9 for the Broncos. Freshman ambidextrous. Short stick on short stick. Good defense by Memorial there, collapsing. Loose ball on the ground, and looks like it'll be picked up by the Mustangs. Corbin Kaminsky with the ball. Nice composure there. Great play by Corbin Kaminsky there. And the Mustangs get the ball into the offensive zone. They've had some trouble on their clears recently. This one, another one where they turn the ball over. And here comes Harrison Yu with a long pole. Over to Tate Lacoste. Busey with the hitch. Shot. Saved by Hurley. A little quick on that shot, perhaps. Memorial with the ball here. Brophy pressing out in man-to-man defense. Memorial not handling it as well as I think Coach Troutner would like. This is Justin Stubbs, guarded by Harrison Yu with a long pole. Nice check by Yu. Stubbs playing with the stick on the ground, so that will result in Brophy possession. Harrison Yu, a beautiful there, caused turnover. And here come the Broncos. Carter Fitzgerald with the ball over to Geist, who has 2 goals tonight, both on right alley dodges. And here he goes again. Busey swings the ball. Lightman behind to Friedman. Brophy content to play through X and swing it around. Here's Busey with his spin move, lefty shot, and a goal. Josh Busey's second goal of the night. That was a case of Brophy moving the ball around, swinging it, getting the Memorial defense out of position, finding the advantage on the top. Busey a reverse spin into a left-handed bounce shot past Hurley, and Brophy takes an 11-3 lead. 2 minutes remaining. Brophy scored 7 of the last 8 goals to break open a 4-2 game here. Face-off win by Dylan Davis. First time we've called his name this evening. And a nice play by Brophy, but got a loose ball hold on the Broncos. Ball will go to Memorial. This is Cooper Berg with the ball. He scored earlier this evening on a dodge and score. Here looks for Ashton Hall. Hall with a shot and a score. His second tonight. Beautiful move there. Nice body composure. Avoiding the contact from the Broncos and putting it past Peitzmeyer for goal number 4 for Memorial. Both shots by Berg in close. Getting past the Brophy defense and putting that goal past Peitzmeyer. Face off here, Fuqua and Grissoni. This one won by Grissoni. Dane Helt with the clear. And Brophy calls timeout. Harbison saw that Dane was a little bit in trouble there with 2 Memorial Mustangs hanging all over him as he tried to navigate the clear and get into the box. So a smart timeout there used by Harbison with 55 seconds remaining here in the quarter. One of the points of notice for Coach Harbison is that coming out of timeouts, the team has tended to be a little sloppy. And what he'd like to see is the team come out a little sharper, executing the sets that they draw up in the huddle. Oftentimes their turnover has resulted in nothing bothers a coach more than coming out of a timeout and going into a turnover. So 55 seconds left. 11-4 lead for Brophy. See what he draws up here and what he's telling the ball club. I'm sure it's to take care of the ball, value it, make smart plays. Don't take the first shot, take the right shot as we come out of the timeout. And basically, let's not give Memorial an opportunity. If we shoot too fast, Hurley has been spot on tonight in a lot of ways. Don't give them an opportunity to get the last goal before the quarter. So here come the Broncos, 40 seconds left. Looks like Memorial's in a zone coming out of the timeout. Probably a smart move. Force Brophy to change up their offense. "15 seconds left. Eli Friedman with the ball. 10 seconds on the clock. They threw the flag there as Lacrosse lost his helmet after being crunched. It's going to be a penalty as we start the fourth quarter for Brophy. There will not be a face-off, and Brophy will have possession. And their first man-up situation of the evening. We'll let you know what the call is here in a moment when they call it out. Brophy may have a goaltending change here for the fourth quarter. Looks like C.J. Wendell getting warmed up. But a nice pass there in the slot. To Zach Lacrosse, who was crunched. Looks like it's going to be a penalty. So we'll start out with a man-up opportunity again in the first of the evening for Brophy. Broncos in that quarter scored 4 goals, allowing only 2, and one was late there, so increasing the lead. Halftime, Brophy was winning 7-2. Now it's an 11-4 advantage as we head into the fourth and final quarter. There are times this year where Brophy in the fourth quarter has let down a little bit, and the gap has gotten closer. I know that's been a particular pain point of Coach Harbison. So Memorial is locking off Eli Friedman. What that means is instead of playing their zone defense, they've decided to commit one of their defenders and have him attached to the hip of Eli Friedman, who has 3 goals tonight. So Eli, they've chosen to put him back in the offensive set. Here's a Tate Armstrong over to Carter Fitzgerald, and a goal. So man-up situation. Brophy takes advantage. 19 seconds in. Carter Fitzgerald from Tate Armstrong gives Brophy a 12-4 8-goal advantage here. Good ball movement by the Broncos in that situation. I think Coach Harbison will be happy with the way they executed that one. Thrown into a little bit of a mix there when they decided to lock off Friedman, but Brophy took advantage, found the open players, not just player, as they swung it to Armstrong down low, who found Armstrong on a skip pass, and he caged a close-up shot past Hurley. Ball loose on the ground, picked up by Geist. And the Broncos have possession. Alex White, first time we've called him tonight, number 1 for Brophy, picks up a key ground ball there. Brophy substituting now after that face-off win and then pushing it down. Josh Busey up top, shot right in the cross of Hurley. And Memorial has possession. Successful clear for Memorial, trailing 12-4. Jackson Davis, who scored the first goal of the evening for Memorial on that take, and they decide to reset with Marshall Moan. Ben Geist defending him. Looking to get into a 2-man game up top. Ashton Hall with the attempted shot, but never fully had control of it there, and so Brophy will take advantage. C.J. Wendell, as we mentioned, in cage for Brophy, a junior. Todd Baldiga on the clear. And this is Busey. Brophy exchanging players and getting in their offensive set there. A nice clear for the Broncos after having some early struggles. Brophy has had 7 successful clears in its last 7 attempts. 12 of 16 now, so creeping closer to that 90% that is ideal. Carter Fitzgerald from the top. Shot, and again, save for Hurley. Nice check there by Fitzgerald. Looks like a timeout Memorial there. Heads up play by Coach Troutner. As you saw, there was a little bit of a traffic jam there at midfield, but Memorial will retain possession with 8 minutes remaining here in regulation. Brophy 12-4 lead for the Broncos. Eli Friedman, 3 goals. Tate Lacoste, 2 goals. Ben Geist, 2 goals. Josh Busey, 2 goals. Matthew Lightman, 1 goal. Jack Grassoni with a goal. And Carter Fitzgerald scored the last one. That's the Brophy scoring rundown. For Memorial, 2 for Ashton Hall. 1 for Cooper Berg in the game's first goal from Memorial by Jackson Davis. Memorial tomorrow will head on over to Chandler and play the Pumas. Pumas off to a strong start in Arizona Lacrosse League play, have not lost. Then Desert Vista is on the docket from Memorial. Desert Vista's only lost this season to Brophy in the opener, when Broncos won 12-8 down in Ahwatukee. Memorial, here's Ashton Hall with his 2 goals, trying to force it in the middle, picked up by Baldiga. And Brophy once again takes advantage and will get into their offense. Looking for the invert here. This is Zach Lacoste, one of the 2 twins. Nice feed over to Alex White. On the shot, his stick got checked a little bit, so he didn't have full juice on that one. Hurley with the save. Nice move by long pole there. Corbin Kaminsky takes a shot, but that one goes wide. Memorial will retain possession. Two-way midi defense was something Coach Harbison was looking forward to seeing, and seeing some better play out of his team. And getting a lot of reps tonight. Here, Braden Duck on defense, Lacoste on defense, Tate Armstrong on defense. Nice save there by C.J. Wendell. Doorstop made the initial save, but unfortunately the ball came loose right into the cross of Marshall Moan, who picked up the loose ball and put it in the cage. But the initial save by Wendell right on the doorstep was a nice one. Sometimes you catch them clean, but not always. And CJ made a nice one on that play. Unfortunately, the rebound just came right in the cross of Marshall Moan, who took advantage. Corbin Ruschenberger with the face-off win for Brophy. Broncos have now won the last 3. Once again, an invert opportunity, Tate Armstrong for the Broncos. Nice early slide by Memorial. Takes the ball out of Armstrong's stick. Here's Duck. Errant throw goes to Memorial. Good defense by Brophy on the midfield line, trying to stop the clear, and they will remain Memorial possession as they battled through. Ashton Hall here on the spin. Shot and a goal, Hall. 4.5 left. Cuts the lead to 12-6. Hall, his 3rd goal of the night. Nice spin move by Ashton. Bounce shot gets past Wendell and on the scoreboard. Brophy changing goalies after that one. Sophomore Brady Baltzel in the cage now for the Broncos with 4.5 remaining. Face-off win. And this is Hall. Hall again gets a step. Nice save by Baltzel. Gets in the game and gets a little action there. Best way to get in the game is to make a quick early save. If you're a goalie coming off the bench, not much warm-up time. We got a flag there. Little action on the inside there. So it'll be a flag on Memorial. Will be Brophy man-up possession. A couple guys getting a little heated in there. So it'll be a 1-minute man-up spot for Brophy. Again, 6-on-5 possession for 1 minute. Broncos scored on their only man-up opportunity earlier. And once again, finds a goal. Tate Lacrosse, his 3rd of the night. His first high school hat trick for the Broncos. Found a seam and took advantage. Great little extra man offense there for Brophy, finding the open slot. And Lacoste threading the needle with his shot. Always good to see your extra man offense come through. Tate came into the game with 6 goals and now has 9 on the season. Kathan Cherukuri, his first shot of the night. Saved by Hurley, initiates the offense. Three minutes and running here in the final quarter. Brophy leading 13-6 over Memorial. Our guests from Houston, thank you for making the trip up. And those of you listening back in Texas, we appreciate your team coming out to Arizona. Coach Troutner's first year at the helm for Memorial, moving over from Austin area. Brophy's next game will be right here in the same stadium at Arcadia, back in ALL action, as the Broncos and Titans will play on the 19th. That's next Wednesday. We'll have that game for you right here on APN video as well. Brophy Broncos V2 team tomorrow will play at 10 a.m. at Brophy Sports Complex, taking on guests Pinecrest from Nevada, not to be confused with Pinehurst, the golf capital of the world in North Carolina, host of several U.S. Opens and a lot of beautiful golf courses. But Pinecrest from Nevada coming down to play at Brophy tomorrow at 10 a.m. for V2 action. But this Brophy Varsity 1 team will be back here in this same stadium on Wednesday night, taking on Arcadia. Titans will play on Monday night against Scottsdale, leading into that game against the Broncos. Brophy 6-0 in ALL action. Has won the last 3 state titles, 8 overall. They won 5 in 7 years between 2007 and 2013. And the Broncos have been in the state championship game each of the last 7 seasons. Again, winning the last 3. Beating Pinnacle 14-2 last year at Notre Dame Prep to hoist the trophy. Capping a 22-2 season for Brophy. 6 of those 12 starters have graduated, so a lot of new names for the Broncos this year, including Tate Lacrosse, who has 3 goals tonight. Josh Busey with the ball. Busey, a shot, save by Hurley. Under 2 minutes here. Ashton Hall with the ball. 3 goals to lead Memorial, 3 of their 6. This is Cooper Berg, who scored the Memorial's first goal, after Brophy scored the game's first 3 goals. Double team by Brophy. Cannon Jansen there with a nice strip. First time we've called him tonight, and gladly so on a play like that. Here comes Harrison Yu. .30 seconds remaining, and Brophy will record win number 9 on the season. A 13-6 win over Memorial from Houston. 3 goals for Tate Lacoste, 3 goals for Eli Friedman, 2 Ben Geist, 2 for Josh Busey, 1 for Carter Fitzgerald, Matthew Lightman, and Jack Rossoni. As the Broncos pick up win number 9, we will thank you for joining us this evening, and we will see you on Wednesday evening here on APN Video for Brophy Broncos Lacrosse. Enjoy your weekend, everybody. Happy Pie Day. Go have some pie to celebrate this Broncos win.